Chapter 4: The Unwanted Witness. The light in the room was different. It wasn't the harsh, artificial glow of the overhead bulb, but a soft, diffused radiance that seemed to emanate from the very air. I, the spirit, watched as my physical form lay on the bed, a grotesque parody of the life I'd fought so hard to maintain. The dried blood at the corner of my mouth was a stark, rust-colored exclamation point on a sentence of neglect. Dad Robert froze. The color drained from his face, leaving behind a waxy gray pallor that made him look like a man carved from cheap marble. He took a hesitant step forward, his hand outstretched not to touch me, but as if to confirm the horrifying reality of the scene. Scarlet, he breathed the name of fragile, broken thing. Mom Claire was 2 steps behind him. For a fraction of a second, the rage that contorted her features faltered. A tiny, almost imperceptible crack appeared in the dam of her hatred, but it was a crack of confusion, not grief. She blinked, her eyes scanning the room, landing on the state of the bed, the open window, the empty space where the sweets pill bottle should have been. "She's faking it," she stated, her voice regaining its brittle strength. "It's another one of her manipulative stunts. She's trying to ruin Noah's homecoming. She knows we have the bassinet now and she can't stand it." "Claire, look at her," Dad whispered, his voice choked. "She's not breathing, her skin, it's so cold." "She's a drama queen," Mom shrieked, the sound echoing off the bare walls. "Since she was a baby, she's used her sickness to get attention. Well, she won't get any from me, not anymore." She stormed across the room, her slippers slapping against the wooden floor. With a vicious motion, she grabbed my shoulders and shook me. "Wake up, you ungrateful brat. Wake up and apologize for ruining everything." Her fingers dug into my flesh, but there was no resistance. My body lolled limply in her grasp, a rag doll emptied of its soul. Dad rushed forward, prying her hands away from me with a strength born of desperation. "Stop it," he roared, pushing her back. "Have you lost your mind? She's dead." The word hung in the air, heavy and final, dead. Mom stumbled backward, colliding with the desk. The framed photograph of Noah wobbled precariously. She stared at me, really looked at me for the first time since I'd retreated to my room. The manic energy began to seep out of her, replaced by a creeping, primal fear. She saw the truth Dad saw, the evidence of a life extinguished. "And no," she stammered, her hand flying to her mouth. "No, it can't be. She's just trying to get back at me. She's jealous of the baby. She's done this before." "She ate the pills, Claire," Dad said, his voice hollow. He pointed a shaking finger at the nightstand, where the empty glass and a few scattered, bitter-smelling granules were the only remnants of my final act. "She found them. She knew what they were. She wanted to disappear." The realization hit Mom like a physical blow. The carefully constructed narrative of her beloved son's return began to fracture. If I was gone, who was I replacing? What was the point of a new child if the old one, the flawed, unwanted one, was simply erased? A new, terrifying thought wormed its way into her consciousness. If I was gone, the ghost of the old Noah, the one she was so desperate to resurrect, might be gone too. A high-pitched, keening wail escaped her throat. It wasn't a sound of mourning, but of pure, unadulterated panic. "No, no, this isn't right. This isn't how it was supposed to happen. I was supposed to have my Noah back. I was supposed to be happy. I was supposed to be normal." She dropped to her knees beside the bed, her hysteria reaching a fever pitch. She began to riffle through the drawers, searching for something, anything, to prove this was a hoax. She found the small, chipped toy car. She snatched it up, holding it aloft like a cursed object. "See, this is proof. She was playing with his things. She was clinging to him. She's trying to steal him from me even in death." Tears streamed down her face, mixing with the spittle at the corners of her mouth. "You can't leave, Scarlet. You can't. You have to stay so I can have my Noah. You have to be the vessel. You have to be the replacement." Dad looked from his wife's unraveling sanity to the still, silent form of his daughter. A lifetime of suppressed guilt and complicity surged to the surface, warring with a dawning horror. He had known. He had always known. He'd seen the bruises, heard the whispers, intervened just